So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this pricing table in Elementor with this toggle effect. So as you guys can see here, I can toggle it from monthly to yearly and it changes the pricing. I'm going to be able to do this with 0 plugins, and all we're going to need is some custom CSS codes and a JavaScript code, which is going to be all in the description down below. And this is a very simple tutorial, and it's also going to show you guys how to get this for mobile devices also. So let's get into this tutorial. If you guys would like to have this theme for yourself, this pricing toggle, and you don't want to build it, you can buy this for just €199 on my store, and just, yeah, you can have the theme forever. And just letting you know before we get into the tutorial. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our first section here. So we're going to be adding in this bit over here. We're going to be adding in this heading over here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our heading. We're going to give it a width of 1313. My favorite width size, always giving it 13. And then we're going to go down to height. I'm going to give the height a bit more. I'm going to go down to 750. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in our first heading. So our first heading, we're going to add that in here. So I'm just going to get the text in that I have here. It's just same thing. Just going to get in dash text, get the #1 rated hosting for the year 2023. So now I'm going to center align this. I'm going to change the font. So the font I'm going to be using is Outfit. So I'm going to go to Outfit. I don't know why I always just use this font. I just really like it. So then we're going to give it a size of 45, and we're going to go to transform. I'm going to capitalize this. Okay, it's already capitalized. So that's it. And then we're going to also give this our subtitle over here. I'm going to go over to text editor. Really, this could be done easier if I just added the other heading with the Elements Kit plugin, but I'm just going to try to do this with no plugins. So we're going to do it manually by adding the actual text editor. But yeah, so I'm going to center align this as well. I'm going to color this one in black. Going to give it a font of Outfit also. I'm going to capitalize this as well, not uppercase, capitalize. I'm gonna see how that looks. So that looks perfect. I know I didn't even change the thing. I think it's usually set. I think it's 14, 16. All right, so we're gonna leave it at 16. So now when that's done, so we have that. So now what we want to do, we want to add in now is we want to add in our toggle, so the monthly and yearly one. So this is how exactly we do it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go underneath and we're going to add in our inner section under here. I'm gonna cancel out this one here, this one. And just over here, this gap here is just a bit too much. We're going to go to our text editor and we're going to go to bottom. I'm just going to reduce this gap between our subtitle and our toggle button. Now this might increase, but I just want to see how it look when I add it in. But I just know that was way too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in our text editor. Just copy this. It's going to be the exact same font and everything like that. So just go copy this. I'm going to write monthly. Great, so we added in monthly, and then we're going to increase the boldness. So I'm going to go to 600 here, and then we're going to leave it at capitalize, and then we're going to also leave it at center. What we're going to do is we're going to go to width, and we're going to inline this, and then we're going to click onto the columns. So this columns here, and in a horizontal align, we're going to go center. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to copy this or duplicate it, and we're going to add another one, and we're going to call this one yearly. Great, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to divider. I'm going to put in our divider under here, just there. I think that should work. Or no, actually, I'm just gonna not inline this just yet before I add in the divider. There we go. Like that. So we need to add in the divider first before we align it. So that's my fault there. But when we do get in the divider, we're going to go to 63 pixel. And now we're going to align it. So we're going to go width, we're going to go inline. We're going to go yearly, we're going to go inline. And then for the divider, we're going to inline that as well. Perfect. And then now it should look exactly like this. Sorry about the confusion. Just make sure that you don't inline the monthly and the yearly before you add in the divider. So add in the divider first, then just do exactly the exact same thing that I just did. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into divider. We're going to go to style, and then we're going to put the weight up to the max. So when that's loading, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go to style, we're going to go to advanced, we're going to go to border, I'm going to go to, I want to give this a round one of 30. But now as you see, this doesn't show, so what we're going to need to do is just actually go to divider, color, remove the transparency, and then we're going to go to advanced, and we're going to go to background, and we're going to go to black. There we go. And go to pixel, and then we're going to go give it a size of 30. Perfect. So I'm going to give it a size of 30, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to style, we're going to go to gap. We're going to reduce the gap down to 10. As you can see, the monthly and the yearly is just a bit too close. We're going to go over to yearly, and we're going to give these a couple margins. I'm going to give it 10 on each side. So 10 on the left for, and then 10 on the right for monthly. There we go. So that's looking perfect. So now what we need to do is we need to add in this actual button here to toggle the button, the white bit there. So we're going to add that now. What we're going to do is we're going to add in a custom CSS code into the divider section, into the divider element, I mean. So you guys are going to need Elementor Pro to add in custom CSS, just so that you know. So I'm going to do that in now. So we're going to go to advanced, I'm going to go up to the bottom, I'm going to go to custom CSS, and we're just going to copy that. And there, as you can see, we have in our yellow icon here, but see the way it's just a bit too down, it just looks a bit uneven. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fix that real quick. So I'm going to go to style, and then where we see gap, we're going to just adjust the gap just a little bit. And as you can see, 12 looks about perfect. It looks right in the middle and it looks even out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be adding in our actual pricing table. So we're going to start off with the yearly one. So as you can see that this one is already toggled to the yearly side. So we're going to start with the yearly one. So let's get into that. So when it comes to adding in our actual pricing table, what we're going to do is we're going to have to add in another section underneath our toggle button. So we're going to go back here to elements, and we're going to go to intersection, and then we're going to go over here, just down here. And then we're going to add in another one because we're going to need 3, because we're going to have 3 pricing options. So the first one, we're going to be looking at this one here. So this one's called simple starter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to elements, we're going to get our heading, and then we're just going to add in starter. I think it's called starter simple. Yeah, starter simple. So we're going to call it starter simple. Of course, you guys could call whatever your first package is. If it's basic, you know, bronze, whichever one you guys could add it in. I'm just going with starter simple. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to go with outfits as well. And with the fonts, we're going to go down to 24. I'm going to capitalize this. No, actually, not capitalize. Yeah, capitalize. No case. And then for weight, we're going to go down to 700, which it already was. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in our pricing, and we're going to add in our button, and we're going to add in all this. So for our pricing, it's going to be $66. Well, $66.99 a year. So we're going to add in our another heading. So we're just going to duplicate this. We're going to write in dollar $66.99 dash year. And then we're going to go over, I'm going to change this to green. Well, our green, this could be any color. I'm going to change this to not that green, but this one, where is it? This one over here. I'm going to change this to this green, and we're going to bold this one up a little bit and reduce the size. So we're going to bold this one up to 800, and we're going to reduce the size to 22. So now when we have this, we're going to add in our button. So we're going to go back here, and we're going to go to button. Sorry, that one added it to the thing. We're going to add it in here. This is extremely hard to get in. So we're going to add the button in here. Have to literally do it like that. Remove that there. So now with the button, we're going to write get started. Get started. That's going to be our call to action. And again, I can't spell get started. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change our font. We're going to change it to, of course, outfit. We're going to put that to outfit. Going to give it a size 24. I don't know why the 24 just looks so big on the button. I think we'll go down to 22. Anyways, I'm going to go to text color. We're going to color it our green. And I'm going to go with background. And we're going to give this a transparent background. And then we're going to go with border type. We're going to go with solid. We're going to go width, and we're going to give this width of 3. I'm going to color it. The widths are green. I'm going to give this a radius of 3. And then this is what we have. I don't know why I said text color green is supposed to be black. And then we're going to increase the font size. I'm going to give this 700. And there we have it. We have our call to action button here. So now what we need to do is we need to add in it's not a disclaimer, but we just need to write it, save 30% on your first year. So we're just going to add that bit here. So how we're going to do this, we're just going to go to text editor. And I'm actually just going to copy this. So what I wrote, so save 30% on your first year, because I can't be bothered writing it. So I'm going to go save 30% on your first year. And I'm going to go with black. I'm going to go outfit. Gonna go outfit, and then we're going to go to size. I'm gonna give this a size of 14. I'm gonna increase the weight to 600. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our icon list. So we're gonna go icon list. Now see, with this, the gap is just it's way too much. So we're gonna remove that. We're gonna reduce that. So we're gonna go with text editor. Gonna go margins. Gonna go bottom. And we're going to reduce that just there to just within line. 74 looks fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go with our thing. I'm just going to remove everyone but the first one because I want to keep the check. So what I'm going to do is just going to put in the stuff here. So I'm going to write 10 GB SSD storage. 10 GB SSD storage. Or you know what? Just gonna copy and paste this, make it easier for everyone, for you guys to watch and for me to do it. So we're gonna go 10 GB SSD storage. We're gonna copy this one. I'm gonna go with the other one. I'm gonna write in 50k visitors per month, and then for the last one we're going to copy in free CDN. Perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to text. We're gonna put in outfit. Gonna go increase the sizing 16. Weight, we're gonna go with 600, and then we're gonna capitalize that. We're gonna capitalize it, and then we're gonna give this a bit more gap, 8 pixels, and then we're gonna go icon. We're gonna change our icon color to our green, and we're also gonna change the size. Just gonna make it a tad bit bigger. We're gonna put it at 16. So now that we have it, so now we want to create our border. So we're gonna go over to this column, the column that this one is about. We're gonna go to style, and then we're gonna go to border type. We're gonna go to solid. I'm gonna give it a width of 3. It's gonna be black, and then we're gonna give this a radius of 4. I said 4 and I put it to 5. I meant 4. I'm gonna give it a radius of 4, and then we're gonna go into our advanced. I'm gonna give this a all-round padding of 10. But then what we're going to do is we're going to unlink this. I'm going to go top 16, and then we'll go bottom 20. Perfect. And then just for the, which side is this? The left side, we're going to go 15. Perfect. So it's going to be left 15, 20 bottom, 10 right, 16 top. And now what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. I'm going to do it for all 3, and I'm not going to let you guys watch through it. So I'm going to finish it for the yearly one, and I'm going to do for the monthly one and just show you the difference. So I'm going to just speed through this. Now that I put in all of these, I basically added all the pricing list. So now what I'm going to do for the middle one, advanced, I'm going to add in a button. I just want to add in over here just this best value thing here. So I'm going to go over to button, and just above advanced, just right there, I'm just going to write in best value. And then I'm going to go over to our typography. Going to go to outfit, and then I'm going to give this a font of 17, and then I'm going to go with actually going to change the coloring first, because sometimes that can vary on how the font looks. So I'm going to go with background. Going to go with that green. I'm going to go border radius. Trying to push it back. One second. Yeah, so for a border radius, we're gonna give this a radius of 35, and then basically, yeah, that's it. So that's just basically what we're just gonna add in our best value thing over here. So now what we're gonna do is we want to add in our actual monthly one. So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna go over to we're gonna go back here and I'm gonna click on this one here, our section, and we're just gonna duplicate this, and then we're gonna just give this a bit of room. So yeah, we're gonna duplicate this, and now what we're gonna do is for this one, we're basically just gonna change this one up for our monthly one. So let's get straight into that now. So it's basically just the same process as this, so I'm gonna skip through it. So now we've added this for our monthly section. So as you see here, this is just a couple of different. So instead of set change the pricing, actually, not to change the PM. I hope you guys weren't as foolish as me to forget to change that. So I'm sure all of you guys change that. So basically, as you can see here, everything is basically changed, just a little bit of changes. So it's all gets started as track free, and over here instead of say 30%, is 30 days free trial and use at $6.11 dollar, and then it's basically just the exact same thing. So now what we're gonna do is before I add in the code to get this button to work, I'm just gonna optimize this for mobile. So we're gonna go over to our mobile view here, and we're just gonna get this optimized for mobile. So as we see here, everything here is fine, but with the gap, I'm just gonna push that down a little bit more, just because it's too close to the actual top. So I'm just gonna go to padding, and then we're gonna give this a padding, top padding of 30, and then that's fine. So now what we're gonna do is see this is fine, but then this goes in just because I had to put it in on the desktop view because it was sitting right beside each other. So what we're gonna do is we're going to catch that, we're gonna leave that top, but instead of the left side, we're gonna go top, and the top we're gonna give this C15. 15 seems fine. So we're gonna give it 15 on each side and remove the left side. So I'm gonna remove that and then top 15. And we're just gonna do that for so on. And then this is the first section. So now we're gonna do it for the monthly one. So leave the monthly one and we're gonna go to the second one. We're gonna go to advanced, remove that and then top 15. Same with the second one. I'll link that and then top 15. So now let's see how that looks on mobile. Everything seems to be looking fine on mobile. Has the buttons, has all the buttons, has all the text, margins are fine, patterns are fine. So now we can add in our code. So what we're gonna need now, we're gonna put in our CSS classes just to get this working. So first one, we're gonna go to our first section here with the pricing table, the yearly one. I want to go over, I want to type in pricing dash tables. I'm gonna click on space, I'm gonna write pricing dash tables dash one. So we're gonna do the exact same thing for the second one. So we're gonna go to the second one. I'm gonna write in pricing dash tables space pricing dash tables tables dash two. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to our toggle. I'm just gonna write price toggle dash toggle, and then we're gonna go over to add elements. We're gonna go to HTML. Or we're gonna go add in our HTML code. So now we're gonna get our HTML code, and I'll be right back. So now that we've got our HTML code, this will be in the link in the description. Just gonna copy that into HTML. So now we're gonna see here it's where it says monthly yearly. It's for the yearly one, it just says month. So what we're gonna do is just that one. So we're just gonna go one and put that here, and then in navigator, we're gonna go over to our second one because our second one's gonna be completely gone. So I'm just gonna go over to the other one, our other intersection, which is just this one here. First one, we're just gonna change that to 2. So just a small change. So we're just gonna change that. And now we're gonna preview this to see if everything is working. And there you go, guys. This is working, as you guys can see. And when we put on work, when we're on here on yearly, it says it has all of our yearly prices and all of the yearly goals. And we'll save 30% on the first year, best value. And then when we click over here, it goes over to monthly and has all of our monthly
prices over here. The reason the Meister just made that thing where it put it opposite, where it put the yearly and the monthly and the monthly and the yearly, was just because of the numbers. So just you just changing the numbers. Well, now that you know that's what happens, you change the numbers while you're putting it in while watching this tutorial. And I hope this video was easy for you guys to go through. If you guys have any tips, I mean, if you guys have any questions or any suggestions, leave it down in the comments below. And make sure you guys like and subscribe.